Hello, everybody. Good afternoon, good morning for you. Here we are again going to speak about beautiful Andalucía in Spain, the south of Spain. Julia, can you give us a hand with the technical details?
Absolutely. Hola, hola, everybody. So as always, you are all on mute, so we cannot hear or see you, but please do send any questions you have at any time during the presentations through the little question box in your GoToWebinar module. And this will all be recorded, so you'll get all the details delivered to your inbox tomorrow. All right, go ahead, Virginia.
Okay, thank you, everybody. So welcome. We are going to be speaking about Cazalla de la Sierra. We are back in the Sierra, back in the mountains of the south of Spain. So Southern Europe, relaxed, happy people, nice weather. And within that, the south of Spain, with this, I guess, even a little more relaxed and happier people, and fabulous weather, a lot of outdoor opportunities. So we've been speaking about different areas in Andalusia, and we were speaking about this area last week about Jabugo, where they produce the ham, and we are going to be visiting next door Sierra. They do ham here also, you know, in Spain we do ham everywhere. Good ham, which is called Cazalla. It's north of Seville, is located on what we call Sierra Norte of Seville, and it's an area, beautiful area, kind of very off the beaten path. Why? Because, you know, this is Seville, this is Cordoba, there's a beautiful highway, and these are the mountains. So to go from Cordoba to Seville is like a long drive, almost a little more than 3 hours. So really nobody takes this road. It's really up the mountains, lot of, you know, winding roads. So it's really off the beaten path and not many visitors, which I think is very nice, is very, very special. And it's also a part of Spain that was important many different occasions years ago. So let's speak a little bit about Cazalla de la Sierra. And you are going to be seeing a lot of whitewash houses and many brick buildings, like this amazing church in the heart of the village. And as we have spoken before, the castles, the churches, where the locals went to be in a safe place when the Arabs came, because this has been a border for, you know, many years. Also, it was reconquered from the Arabs the year before Seville was reconquered. So we're speaking 300 years before reconquering Granada. So it's very beautiful, impressive, monumental architecture. And what is the meaning of this? What it actually means is that this part of Spain was very important because of the architectural remains. Here you have the bullfighting, but this is from a private place. So amazing, great architecture, very important buildings. And when you get inside the churches, inside the Virgin chapels you see all over, what you realize is that those churches must have had a lot of money years ago, because you see all the gold panels, you know, the great decoration. That means, you know, very, very wealthy. It's not like a tiny little church. Here you have another one, convent. And this is the Cartuja. So it's like an abbey for monks. And when the monks that go there are the Carthusians monks, the Cartujanos, it becomes a Cartuja, is how we call it. That's very Spanish. These monjes de la Cartuja are very austere. They're very much, you know, like living with nothing, very cold. So it's a very, very religious, important religious order. So you see, brick. And again, this is only speaking to us about the Arabs, because remember the architecture, the styles, the mudéjar, which is this style, is all about bricks. It's all about building with bricks. So we have the Gothic, which is French. Again, we have the Renaissance, which is very Italian. And we have the Mudéjar, which is very Spanish, and you only see in Latin America and of course in Spain. So it's a lot about these bricks all over. And you see this was abandoned in the 18th, 19th century by the monks, because most of the patrimony of the church, most of Spain, let's say, like could even be a third of Spain, was belonging to the church. Convents, monastery, plots of land all over. And in the 19th century, one of the governments decided to take all that patrimony away from the church and give it back to the local people to try to get the economy moving again. And it helped a little bit, but it was very sad for many, many monasteries and many convents and many churches, because the monks were forced to abandon them, and then they stay in very bad condition until somebody else came in and use it, and restore it and go there to live again. But you see, it's very beautiful, splendorous, enormous building in the middle of the Sierra. Again, back into the whitewash houses. So we get many requests from travelers, from youth, asking for the white villages. And all of the south of Spain, all the houses are painted in white because to prevent sickness, because this white kill all the animals. So we have white villages really all over. But it's very cool here because all you see is not white, it's stone or brick. So it's very cool. So this is the bullring. Remember that the bullfights took place in the main squares of the villages until the late 19th century, when they began building bullrings. So we spoke about the bullring in Ronda. That is one of the most beautiful bullrings of Spain. So this is one of the regular small ones, but truly very nice and special. And let me tell you about the bullfights, even if we don't like bullfighting. It's a big, long tradition here in Spain. And what I wanted to share with you is that the wealth of a village, the wealth of a city, until very short time ago, was measured in Spain by the number of bullfights they had per year. Because how we celebrate our fiesta, so the fiesta of each locality has a patron saint. So the day of that patron saint is the big fiesta. So in Madrid, the patron saint, for example, is San Isidro. And the festivity is the 15th of May. Okay, Madrid is the capital, so it's the wealthiest. So there are bullfights all the month of May. So they celebrate the 15th, but also the 15 days before, 15 days after. In Pamplona, which is, they have money, is wealthy, but not so wealthy as the capital. So they have 7 days. So who is the patron saint? San Fermin. So what are the fiestas? The running of the bulls in July, the 7th of July. So for one full week from the 7th through the 14th, they have fiestas, they have bullfights. So this is how in the old times, how they recognize if the village city had money by having a bull ring or not, because if they only have one bullfight a year, they don't need a bull ring. So if they have a bull ring, it means they have the money to celebrate more and more. So this is Constantina, another beautiful and very important city in this area. It has a beautiful castle, stones, but they built the castle with little stones, but not like the big ones. So it was before they had all that money, but still it was very defensive. And you see the brick again, stone and the brick together always. So these are the remains inside the castle. With some palm trees. The altitude here is 600 meters, so south of Spain, so it gets a little cold in winter, but not that very cold. It's not as high as Granada is, for example. You see, magnificent castle with the little churches all over. They have the money, so they celebrated, to honor the Virgin or Jesus Christ with little churches for years. And again, the white all over. It's very beautiful and very nice. Very special. This bell tower is just amazing. It's very, very thin. And it's stone, which makes it very, very unique. If you see, the lower part is brick, and then it becomes stone. So this is the Cerro del Hierro. This is a fabulous area nearby. You remember we were speaking about the Rio Tinto mines some weeks before, because we had big mines producing gold and silver and many other things. And the Romans, when they came, they were exploring that, and they bring it all the way down, put in boats to take it back to Rome, not back, to take it to Rome. So this area that you see was an old mine, because it was just one rock, one mountain, and the Romans began, carving it and got it. So there's one part in north of Spain, in León, very north of Spain, that looks very much the same. It's called Las Médulas. So it's iron, as we say, so we see this a little reddish, and we see all the walking paths, so it's very fun, it's very special, because we can do the biking, the hiking, the exploration, because it's really amazing. It's, you see mountains, but what this is the Roman mines, still there. So all type of sports, lots of fun. Some areas are reddish than others. And this is the Rio Wetnar, that is amazing, because all the riverbed, there are all the waterfalls and the waterways. I mean, very, very special, very, very nice. It's a great fun to visit this and explore this. Look at this. It's like being in the jungle. Again, the jungle, a little reddish, so, maybe the iron came all the way to here. Very, very beautiful. It's a very nice to go hiking, to really go exploring here. It's very off the beaten path. Very, very unique, very nice. Lots of nature. And again, this is an area not so visited. There are not so many tourists. There are some local people that go, some British that go. Not really many Americans get to visit this. And it's very off the beaten path, and the nature is just stunning. And I mention it here because it's very important here, and there are very little lights around, so it's good to see the stars. It's a good spot. But all the southern part of Spain and Portugal are called the Starlight Reserve, all that area, because it's, you can really see tons of stars, and it's amazing. We take clients here, but also in Évora, in other places, in Antequera, we take them to do guided tour of the stars. It's at night with a pillow and a glass of champagne, and it's fun. I get a little scared because it's dark, but clients in general terms, they love it. So this Sierra Norte, this natural park, is being declared a biosphere reserve. So very unique, very well preserved. And we're just making sure by all these recognitions by the UNESCO, like the biosphere reserve, is that we continue taking good care of it. So here it happens to be the Via Norte, the Via Verde de la Sierra Norte. Okay, what is Via Verde? Via Verdes are in the all paths of the trains, those that are not used anymore. In many of them, the most beautiful ones, we have created greenways. Via Verde, green way. And they are paths where you can go biking, hiking. So it's really fun. It's really very special. It's very, very beautiful, because it allows you to get into areas, not so visited. This is it. It's the old train way with the tunnel. So it's very, very nice. But we have this here, but we have the Vías Verdes all over. So it's really amazing, and it's very special. If your clients like biking, we can do very fun trips, combining the culture and the fun. So very special. We have the hiking, beautiful ways. And we have deers, we have Bambis here. It's a hunting place, which is, very sad for me, because I love animals, but it's great for if you love this gastronomy. And it's real paradise. It's really very, very nice. And every year, with the first rains, when it is a fall, late September, October, it happens what we call the berrea. Is the animals, especially at the beginning of the day, at the end of the day, and at night, to call the feminine, the masculine animal, like cries like woo, and it's amazing to go at night there just to hear the noise. It's fabulous. Also, great place for bird watching. Remember, we are on the way. And we are back into our little animals, you know, the pigs, the black pigs living in the mountains in the Sierra, because, you know, Habbo is here, and here begins, you know, other areas, but, you know, there's not a wall, so the animals cannot cross. So we continue growing, you know, taking care of the animals here, of the pigs. It's very fun. Great food, I tell you, not to always with the ham, but this is Spain, you know, we keep going back to the ham. And look at the quality of this ham. You see the white inside the meat. So it tells you it's very, very good quality. So we also, you know, serve here a deer as we were speaking. It's really, really great. All kind of stews in winter. It's a little coolish, so it's very nice. Great mushrooms. Great place for mushrooms. You've been seeing all those forests. So really very, very, very nice. Mouth watering. A little fish also, because, you know, we're surrounded by fish. So we serve, you know, fish all over. But this is mainly like meat and the deer. And we produce grapes, believe it or not. It's only 600 meters high. It's same altitude as Madrid. You know, we have many valleys in between and many kilometers and miles, but it's the same altitude. So, you know, 600 meters is perfect for wine. So we even produce wine in this area, which is very nice. There are nice wineries like this one, historical, the building from the 17th century, very nice. So we take clients here, they do the wine tasting, but it's a lot about learning how the locals enjoy the countryside. How is the life there? What are the little, you know, fabulous things to taste, to do, to enjoy? So this area, Cazalla, is very well known because this produced this liquor called crane liquor. Crane, I had to look at my notes, crane. And in Spain, if you have very deep voice, like they say you have voice of cazallera, and it means if you drink this liquor, your voice is like gone for a second. So if you try to speak, it's like oh, 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 oh. So since, you know, I always have deep voice, and since I was a girl, I was hearing both the cazallera. So cazalla, cazallera, and if we think of this part of Spain, we think of this liquor. It's produced all over since for many years. This is one of the historical places, and it's very, very nice. So it's, you know, the very high alcoholic liquor. Nice restaurants. It's not very upscale, but it's good. You know, it's very nice to me. I mean, the food served here and the way served is very, very nice. Very, very well. This is another good restaurant. So here there's a hotel that I love. There's a lady called Charlotte Scott that British fell in love with Cazalla, and she bought an old house and she built this hotel. You may know, or you may remember from Pure or ILTM or some meetings, the son of Charlotte does some safaris in this area. So it's very fun. We work together with him. So this lady really restored this house, and it's very nice. And to me, it's one of my very favorite hotels in Spain. It's more British than American. It's like a very well kept house. For some Americans, that's not maybe good enough because it's a little oldish feeling. But I really love it. It's very, very, very local. And this hotel was great. It was built as a monastery again, the monks. 15th century, redone after the earthquake in Portugal, in Lisbon. And it's very nice. You may have seen some photos of this because I think the Andalucía tourism used this. I mean, of course, they use it because the photos are great for some catalogs. It's very, very nice. I would say it's not as upscale as the Charlotte's Hotel, Trasierra, but this is very, very special. It's very, very unique and very nice. So it's great. They have these very upscale two hotels. Then they have a rural house, Las Navazuelas, which is great, but you see, it's not the same story. But it's nice, it's clean, it's like 3-4 star, but it's, you know, it's good. I mean, it's well kept, and it's beautiful somehow. So not bad, right? I would stay there very happily. Good food. And that is it. Remember, when you have travelers, they should travel with a local in your pocket, and we're here for you to work together taking care of them in these fabulous, many unknown places in Andalusia. So I think this is it, custom travel. So Julia, we're done for today. Do we have questions?
We have a few questions. If anyone has any last minute, please do get those into us. Virginia, can you repeat why the buildings are whitewashed?
Okay, because we had, what we're having now with the COVID-19, we have different, we call it pestes. What is the word for that, Julia, in English?
Plagues.
Eh?
Plagues.
Plagues. So in order to avoid plagues, so to kill all the little animals, they use cal, I don't know how to say that in English, it's a white thing, to paint the houses that has something that kills any animal living in it. So that's why every year, that's why all the whitewashed towns and villages look so white, because every year, every village, the entire village get painted to make sure the animals go. So it's a question of healthiness, I would say, really, yeah.
Okay, great. And now about the accommodation in this region, is it safe to say that it's all that sort of rural style, or what are the upscale options?
Well, Trasierra is upscale, but the owner is British, so it's very upscale, but sometimes it's a little tired, I would say, because, it's how the British, I mean, I like it, but it's not to the standards of, 5-star top quality. But it's very, very nice. It's very, very nice. But there's nothing like a Four Seasons or a Six Senses or anything like that. No. It's boutique, very well run, very well kept, but it's not like perfect, if you know what I mean. Some beds are bigger, some beds are smaller, some bathrooms are bigger, some are smaller. The air conditioning here works amazing. In this other room, not so good, But everything is beautiful. Great flowers, lots of antiques, lots of charm, and the architecture is amazing. So it has this other luxury. So depending on who you send there. But this is also another great day excursion from Seville to explore the countryside, to have an experience.
And how far is it from Sevilla?
We saw it in the first slide. It is halfway between Sevilla and Cordoba, but it's up in the mountains, you see. 1 hour, 20 minutes to Seville, 1 hour and 50 minutes to Cordoba. And it's not really because there are many kilometers, because the drive from Seville to Cordoba and the highway is about 1 hour, 1 hour and 5 minutes. It's just because it's up the mountain, up the hills. But it's not far away, it's 1 hour and 20 minutes. And I think that it could also be a very nice, if you have travelers, that rather stay in bigger cities, instead of taking them from Cordoba to Seville on the highway, why don't we change that driving day into a great day excursion and take them to visit Cazalla, which is very off the beaten path. So I think that could be another, good choice.
Okay, and how about for the clients that prefer to avoid the mountains on the drive? Is there a highway between Sevilla and Cordoba where they can avoid that?
Yes, this is what we see here. This is Seville. You see my screen, Julia?
Yes.
And this is Cordoba. So, and this is the highway. So it's like 1 hour and 5 minutes on the highway. And there's no highway to Cazalla. Thanks God, because this way is not packed with many tourists. So it's really very authentic and very beautiful.
Okay. And given the location, would you recommend this as a stop between Madrid and Sevilla?
No. I mean, you can do it, but it takes you like 4 hours to get from Madrid to Seville, to Cordoba, like 3.5 hours, and then you have another 1 hour and 50 minutes to get to Cazalla. So I would recommend it as a stop between Seville and Cordoba. as a day excursion. So the day you go from Seville to Cordoba, from Cordoba to Seville, instead of driving the highway, you may go there. But from Madrid, I mean, it's doable, but it's a lot of driving, I would say.
Okay. And for those that want to do more than a day trip, how much time would you recommend in Cazalla? How many days?
It's fun. Well, it will depend on the hunger for the hiking, the biking, and the exploring the travelers we like to do. I mean, we can do some culture here because of the, you know, the many villages and, you know, the castle, the churches, but it's a place for outdoors, you know, from the stargazing, you know, looking at the stars at night, to you know, biking the greenways, the Vías Verdes. It's a lot. So depending on the how much they are into that outdoors experience. But, you know, 2-3 nights, I think, I always believe that, you know, unless you don't have the time, 3 nights is the least time you do anywhere. Because by the time you get there, the next day you are exploring, the following day you are relaxing and enjoying, and then you are leaving. So, and also, I'm seeing Julia, now that we speak about this, I'm seeing a lot in the new trends coming that I don't trust in full, because I will trust them in full when I see the new travelers coming and travelers are not coming. So, but they say that the new things we are going to be seeing is people willing to stay longer periods of time to really get to meet and to visit and to see the area, meet the locals. So, you know, I will keep that in mind, you know, depending on the travel.
Okay. Now we've talked about many different regions with great jamón. Can clients really get fantastic jamón in any of these regions, or is there one that is the region that
okay,
jamón?
The top jamón is the jabugo, and jabugo is here, right here. So they say that is the top jamón because it has all the seals and all the, you know, everybody knows that. But, you know, the pork from being here to another pork being here in Cazalla, I very much doubt I would recognize the difference of the ham, how good it is. Because, you know, these sierras is, and if you continue and jump into Portugal, they also have sierras in there that they have the same black pork. But I would say the top in Spain is jabugo and neighbors. So Cazalla are neighbors. And the second is the one in Guijuelo, which is in Castile, northern of Seville, very north of Seville. Jabugo is the best, is supposedly the best, but at the end of the day, is the animal, is what the animal ate, how free it lived, you know, what gives the flavor.
Okay. And now how about...
Are you confused or more confused, or is?
Oh no, I think that was pretty clear. We want to go for the jabugo and then who are surrounding. All right, now speaking of all of these mountainous areas, how about skiing? Is there skiing here, or is there any good skiing in Andalusia?
There is a skiing in Andalusia, but it's in the Sierra Nevada, which is outside of Granada. So I think it's the last session or the one before. We are doing the Alpujarras, which is all that portion of land between Granada and the coast, or part of it. And there is the Sierra Nevada. So the top place in Spain for skiing is the Pyrenees, Baqueira, the Pyrenees in the north. And number 2 will be the Sierra Nevada. And that is something that really drives me crazy of Granada. It's so beautiful, the city, so much to see, so much to explore. And then you get a car, and in 45 minutes, you are in a ski resort. And in 1 hour, in another hour drive, you are by the water. You are in the sea, in the Mediterranean. So location is great. But the skiing, I would say, no wonder Sierra Nevada outside of Granada.
Fantastic. Can you repeat how far the Vía Verde is from Cazalla?
Well, it is in the area. It is there. But there are Vías Verdes all over Spain, remember. In many of the old railway roads, They have done the Vías Verdes. Because outside of Úbeda, they also have and that is in a couple of weeks, next week. Is fabulous. Also, is fabulous the Vías Verdes, and they are very, very nice outside Úbeda. So there are many, many different ones. And in Cazalla, they are right there. It's fun. It's a great way of, biking the countryside.
All right, and our last question for today, does Trasierra take individual bookings or only group bookings?
No. Well, now we don't know how life will be when we open up, but until now, yes, it's a hotel. We work with them as a hotel. So Trasierra can be rented entirely, but they have many rooms. It's a hotel. It's a hotel. You just get your room the night you want, and that's it.
Okay, we actually do have one more last minute question here. Are there any e-bikes available for the Via Verde areas?
You know what? I don't know. That's something I don't know. But because I haven't asked, I will ask, but I would say 99% sure that yes, because now we have them all over. So I would say yes, but I can ask. So whoever asked that very last question, just email me and I'll let you know tomorrow. I'm calling tomorrow. I would say yes, but I don't want to lie to you. I have no idea.
Okay. All right, well, that's it for the questions today. We will see you all again, hopefully, this Thursday, December 10th, where we will be visiting Úbeda and Baeza for our 8th session. And of course, we will be sending you this recording and our little pocket guide for this area tomorrow as well. So thank you very much. And Virginia, I will leave it with you.
Thank you very, very much. Can't wait to be together again on Thursday. Thank you. Have a good week.